Hello, it is me, Shara. I love Wiener. I'm back again. If you did not watch my heart chakra video, you have to watch that one first. No throat chakra first. We need heart first. So I'm being your mommy. Just kidding, I'm not being your mommy. I'm just playing. Anyways, okay. So I am in the process of referencing this book. Chakras by Lisa Butterworth. Probably should have said that in my last video, but I didn't. But anyways, I've done the root chakra, the sacral, and the solar plexus, and now the heart chakra. And I'm doing the throat chakra because I feel like the heart and the throat chakra kind of go together. So after this, I'm going to do some light languages to connect. And we'll just start here. Okay, so the throat chakra. Let's see here. Okay, so the throat chakra is the 5th chakra in our energetic system and the first of the upper 3 spiritual chakras, which connect less to our physical being and more to a higher consciousness. It is located at the base of the throat. It governs our ability to know our highest truth and the way in which we are able to speak it. The Sanskrit name is Visuddha. In Sanskrit, Shuddhi means pure, and V magnifies it. So Visuddha literally translates to especially pure. So especially purely speak your truth. And actually that was something I was talking about in my heart chakra video about being positive, and when you are speaking your truth, know that your inner child is listening. Your etheric body, this is something I meant to mention, is made up of water. And actually, maybe it's not totally water. I'm not quite sure. I'll have to do a little research on that. But how I see it is it's like water. So it holds consciousness. So it can hold frequencies, it can hold your words, it can hold someone else's words, it can hold traumas, it can hold happiness, it can hold just about anything that you have ever thought or felt, from any experience that you've ever had that you remember. And matter of fact, even if you don't remember, it still holds it because your body holds experiences. So it's kind of like a living, walking book, which I didn't realize until right now. But anyways, be aware of the truths that you hold. Oh man, this is good stuff. Okay, so let's see, how do I say this? So there's truth everywhere. And any truth can be a truth. Even a lie can be a truth. Even somebody can believe a lie and make it a truth, and it can happen. It doesn't matter whether it's positive or negative. It can, if it's believed, if the truth is believed because it's a truth can only be a truth because it's believed. So you have to pay attention to what you believe and what your truth actually is, so that you are speaking your truth that actually is. That's important. It's very, very important. So what I've learned in my experiences, I'm just kind of going back a little bit and I'm kind of checking around. When you see me looking over there, I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, now how can I explain this in a way that makes sense? So something that I started doing when I lived in that house is there were energies that were expressing themselves to me. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm in a new place, so I don't know what's mine, what's not mine. And my third eye was really far open, and it was going, it was literally the time frame that we're going through right now was when I lived there. So there was a lot of energies from Halloween and other things that were going on that I wasn't really totally sure. And so this happened to me when I first woke up in 2012, and like off and on for like until 2014. So I would have an energy that would like be hanging out somewhere, or it would like I would like my third eye would see this like image of a silhouette of something, and then it would sit on me, like it would come to me, and I didn't understand, because I was like, whenever you're like, let's say you're having a fight or something or whatever, you're hanging out with your brother or your sister or something like that, and your brother decides to be a jerk and punch you. You know your brother did that. He punched you. You saw him do it. You felt it. It was physical. You know it. It's defined. Okay? There's no question about that. But when it comes to energies, that just like all of a sudden something's like on you, you're just like, where did that come from? I don't even know what that is. So like, you can turn your throat chakra on, you can turn your listening on, and your heart, make sure your heart's open, and you can telepathically determine, ask its definition. It literally can talk to you. It literally can say, I am here because of this. And then you can be like, okay, so then that moment, so it's kind of like you're when you're growing up, you're a part of a family that has a whole bunch of truths. They have a whole bunch of feelings. There's ancestral feelings, there's traumas, there's events, there's DNA bloodline, there's the whole entire earth, there's the sun, there's the sky, there's energy in the ethers, there's like billions of people in the world, and then there is the I don't know, universal. There's universal, and then is it universal and galaxy? Maybe they're together. I don't know, but either way, you have all these cosmic energies on top of human energies, on top of animal energies, on top of the earth energies. We're coming back down now. And you're just like, okay, well, you know what? Where'd this come from? What is this? So you can literally listen to the definition of, whatever that energy is. And it can be a thought form. It can be some kind of like feeling. I mean, probably a thought form and a feeling is maybe the same, because a thought form can be a feeling. Either way, it still is consciousness. So it can still talk to you. You can still hear what its definition is. So once you hear the definition, you can decide what your truth is at that point. So like, it's kind of like when you have a truth that's being conveyed to you, but you're just like feeling it, but you don't know for sure if that's something that you want to experience or not. So the energy continues to convey to you. And then when you hear what it actually is, what it means, then you're like, okay, no, I'm not gonna, I'm good. Like, this is, now I understand where this is coming from. And you're just like, okay, I'm good. I don't need that truth. Or you can be like, oh yeah, I appreciate that truth. Like, it's good. I want to keep that one, So that was one of the things that I went through in the beginning of my spiritual awakening was like, anytime I would channel, I didn't just channel like thought forms or things that were like randomly making me feel uncomfortable. But I channeled like, I don't know, I called him Mr. Godly Man. I like giving interesting names to people. But anyways, so I channeled, like, I'm pretty sure that was God's source. Either that or it was my oversoul. But I used to channel God all the time. And so anytime I would have an interaction with God, it would be like, well, your truth is this, or what is your truth of that, and your truth. It was always a focus on truth. Like, what is your truth? And so, like, when I would channel, I would get like this more mechanical, like, speaking to me. And I was like, okay, well, it's very clear to me that a human does not communicate the same way as this mechanical energy. So sometimes I would channel for a couple hours, and I would ask a lot of questions, and I would find like in specific like sentences that were said, there was like a word that I didn't totally define. I didn't have it defined, and I didn't understand. Like, I have my own definition, but I was like, okay, well, I'm channeling a source that is not me, or not. I can't say not me, but like is not with the same consciousness as mine. So I was like, how do I make the connect? So I was like, well, what do you mean when you say this? What do you mean? What does that mean? And so then it would give me a longer definition. And honestly, that actually helped me a lot, because it made me realize that there's different definitions to things, and one person can have a definition that another person doesn't have. They can have two different definitions. I've talked about this multiple times, especially with the word friend. Let's have a conversation quickly about that. My definition of a friend, if I say somebody's my friend, they're my friend. That's it. Like, I didn't mean to I didn't mean to do that, but like, they're like literally, that's it. There's no other physical contact except for like we have conversations and we hug goodbye or hello, whatever. Like, I like to hug. So like, we're not doing anything else. That's not my definition of a friend. Now, if you talk to some other people, they might be like, oh, well, when I say somebody's my friend, we're having sex, or we're doing other things, or I'm trying to do those things with that person, like, or it's like, sometimes a person can say, oh, this is just my friend, because they're not in a relationship with them yet. So there's like different definitions of like the word friend. So this is one of my go-to examples all the time. Like, sometimes I wish that people have the same definition as me as a friend. Like a person that you just have a conversation with, maybe you go to lunch with, but it's literally a person you just have a conversation with, or you hug, hello, or goodbye. That's it to me. I don't do nothing else. I don't try to make somebody my friend so that they can later on be my boyfriend or whatever. Like, I'm just not, we're just not going there. Anyways, let's get that out of here. So what I'm trying to say is that when you're learning through going through spiritual awakening, which is what I'm thinking that most of my people are, when you're going through spiritual awakening, you want to make sure that you know what your truth is, because when you're moving in the direction of having a happy life or a joyful life and healing yourself, if you are not aware of the truths that you hold for yourself, like things of how you define things, what you mean when you're speaking, and also other people's definitions, so that you understand that their definition is not the same as yours. That's where a lot of people have miscommunication. One person can say one sentence and it means one thing to them, and they meant what their meaning was of it. And then the person that heard that sentence is like, okay, well, this is what this means to me, so I'm not really sure what you're talking about here. And this person is thinking, I said that really clearly. Like, it was very, very clear. How did you not pick that up or understand what I was saying? And it's not because the person didn't understand. It's more or less because there's different definitions. People grow up in different places and have different definitions of things. So there can be a miscommunication from time to time, and we just need to have patience with each other so that we can communicate and have a healthy conversation. It's like sometimes when I'm talking, like, I have different definitions of things now because I've grown and I channel all the time, and I'm listening to, well, now I'm listening to my heart all the time, but also I'm listening to God's source, and I'm listening to how God speaks and what God thinks and what God feels, and like I'm looking at it from that point of view. I'm also listening to, like, sometimes I talk to the Pleiadians and I listen to what they have to say, which I have a channeling that I'm going to read for them. I don't know. I might do a separate video. But in the Arcturians or the Lemurians or the collective consciousness of 9, it's like different consciousnesses. Consciousnesses. Whatever. Anyway, there's multiple consciousnesses throughout the entire world. Like, trees have a consciousness, chickens have a consciousness, dogs have a consciousness, cats have a consciousness. The grass has a consciousness, like there's different consciousnesses all over the world. Like if you like the India, India has a different consciousness than America. Americans are different. We speak differently. We do things differently. We have a different consciousness than other countries and places and people and things. So like we're all having different consciousnesses, and we got to somehow figure out the definition of this and the definition of that so that we can all communicate and have a harmonious communication style, which is wonderful. I love that. That to me is a harmonious, happy time when people can literally understand each other. And it's really great. So I think that, oh yes, oh yes, I cannot forget. Speak through your heart. Speak with your heart. Your heart is where divinity lives. Divine love, divine happiness, divine joy. That's where it is. Your heart is connected to your soul, which is connected to God. And therefore, if you speak through your heart, you speak with your heart, then you are speaking loving, caring words to yourself and to other people. And make sure that you are aware of the communication that you have when you're talking to someone, because everyone has a different definition sometimes of things that they believe in or things that they have experienced. And well, when I experienced this, when this happened, I had this happen, and then they have that event. And somebody else could have a similar experience or almost the same thing and have a different consciousness about it. They could have a different definition of what happened. It's kind of like it's kind of like the news. You talk to one person, they saw one thing, and they all could have seen the same thing, but they all saw a different something different. Like it just depends on what people are able to focus on, what they're able to pay attention to. There could be a huge red flashing light, and somebody else could say that it's orange, but it was red to one person, but it was orange to another, or was white to another. I don't know. I don't know if that's a good example, but anyway, back to the throat chakra, which we are talking about the throat chakra, anyways, but still. So let's see here. I'm just gonna read this part down here. The throat chakra represents self-expression, how we communicate, whether or not we are able to speak freely, truthfully, and in a manner that lets us be understood. But it also governs what we say. Opening and balancing the lower chakras has laid the foundation for authentic expression. We feel grounded and confident, free to explore life and its wonders. We have connected to the power within and have filled our heart with love. All of this has prepared us for opening the throat chakra. It allows us to tune into our deepest desires. Trust our intuition and also have faith in the universe. It not only lets us know our truth, but also authentically shares our truth with others. The Suda governs communication. Our ability to voice our wants, relay ideas, and express the creativity our sacral chakra helps to illuminate. The throat chakra also represents our integrity, the moral compass we follow and uphold. It is a powerful balance of listening and speaking. The throat chakra is the bridge between our heart and our mind. It is our doorway to the divine. I love that. I'm so glad I read that. I didn't read it before, but it's great. I like it a lot. One thing that I truly, truly appreciate about people, I notice that people with integrity and honesty, whenever they are talking about something that potentially might be not understood, those people say, and what I mean by that is, it's important that we say what we mean so that we can make sure that we aren't just talking to someone potentially that may or may not understand the communication. Now, I'm on the other side of this camera right now, so if you got a question, you got to put it in the comment section. But it's not like I can't like go into more detail about something. I don't mind doing that, actually. I really super love questions. I love answering questions, and most of the time when I do my energy work, we sit and talk for a while, because I mean, what I do is not like what everybody else does. It's not like Reiki or anything. It's really getting the person to understand what I'm going to do, and so that they can feel comfortable with opening up and get. So basically, like, what I'm trying to say is that what I mean by that is is that it's kind of like I have a tendency to like dig into things that are, painful. Like if you're trying to like heal something that you're hurt about, that's what I focus on. Not because I'm trying to hurt anybody, but because I'm trying to heal the pain and the sadness or the suffering or whatever it is. And I really mean it too. Like I know that I've healed some pretty hard things and pretty traumatic things. My heart just feels so emotional when I talk about it, because like I really have. There's been some pretty hard things that I've gone through, and I know how much I have grown over the last, I don't know, 10 years. I mean 12. I've been doing this since like 2012. So like I've looked at some pretty hard things, and so I'm a happy person even though I've been through some pretty harsh shit. And so I'm just saying, like, that's how I know that I can move someone out of a struggle, a wounded place where their inner child might be hanging out. Is we sit and talk. That's what we do. We sit and talk. And then after we sit and talk for a while, then that's when I say, do you want to get on the table? You feel like you want to get on the table? And then we get on the table and we do a little bit more talking, but it's still like, I noticed something, and so we make an adjustment and we talk about it, because the reason that we talk about it a lot is because I know what I feel like when someone's doing energy work on me. I want to know what they're doing. I want to know that, like when you get that into your consciousness, it's easier to hold it. Like if I tell you what I'm doing and how I'm doing it and why I'm doing something, then you're like, okay, that happened, and I can hold that as a fix. Like it's fixed. It's healed. It's figured out. It's done. It's over. I can move on now because it's done. And that's basically what I do. That's what I do. And most of the time when people are on the table, they fall asleep. So I just end up doing a little bit more. It's usually closer to the end they fall asleep, because it's pretty relaxing stuff. I like it. Yeah. So anyway, let's talk about. Okay. So we're gonna talk about mental and emotional symptoms and physical symptoms. So, this is actually symptoms of imbalance, benefits of balance. So I'll just show you, but I'm not going to read the whole thing. Okay, so we have mental and emotional symptoms. An imbalanced throat chakra can cause a variety of issues related to what we express and how we express it. Self-criticism, fear of judgment, lack of faith, inability to articulate needs and desires, creatively blocked, unable to speak out or insecure about doing so, inauthentic communication with others, repression of emotions or dismissive of needs, feelings of insignificance or invisibility. Physical symptoms, physical manifestations of a Visuddha imbalance tend to surface in the throat and mouth area. Sore throat, clenched jaw or TMJ, what is that? TMJ. Temporomandibular joint dysfunction. That's all you're getting. Problems with the gums or teeth, neck pain, thyroid issues, hearing problems. So that's why we work on speaking, learning our truth, and then it'll clear it up, literally. Okay. Visuddha in harmony, bringing our throat chakra into balance, also brings our inner and outer selves into alignment. We speak our truths and act upon them. A balanced throat chakra brings greater independence, intuition, expression, creativity, understanding, belonging, feelings of value and significance, capacity for listening, and spirituality. Okay, so some of the things that you can use that I have used for myself is crystals, rocks. They're very, very helpful. I don't know where I would be at right now if I didn't have some of these rocks around, because I feel like it might sound kind of weird, but I kind of feel like they love me. So they make me feel loved. I hang out by myself a lot. So anyway, so some of the crystals is Amazonite, blue lace agate, aquamarine, and turquoise. So you could get these to help with, like, anytime I am recommending like a rock or anything for like to help, like in this example is the throat chakra. So if anytime I recommend somebody using a rock for something, you have to understand that it's not going to be like, oh, it's open. There you go. It's more or less like it is like a slow moving shift. Like your energy is like, if you are hanging out with the rock all the time and it's around you all the time, it genuinely emits its consciousness, and you are starting to acclimate to the energy of the rock so that you can become the rock. Become the rock. That's interesting. But anyways, so I don't have, the only one that I believe I have is the Amazonite, and that is this one. It's very, very tiny. And Amazonite has a lot of good characteristics. Let's talk about it. So Amazonite is a stone of communication, but it is also a stone of truth. Before it offers support in how to speak authentically, it will help illuminate what it is you want to say. Its ability to bring tranquility to an overactive mind, makes space for clarity, and helps to dispel fear. Its manifestation powers work best paired with verbal expression. That's pretty awesome. I like it. Yeah, it's good stuff. Okay, so some other things that you can use as tools to help to open the throat chakra is essential oils and cloves, eucalyptus, I don't know, it says fir, F-I-R, geranium, and spearmint. Okay, so I really want to read about that fir one. So it's the scent of fir can instantly transport you. It is like taking a walk in a dense, luscious forest. Its refreshing scent comes from the needles of the coniferous tree Abies balsamea and helps boost energy too. So it's piney. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay. Oh, they have a mouth rinse in here? Oh, that's cool. So 1 drop of clove essential oil, 1 drop of spearmint essential oil, and a tablespoon of water. It's so simple. Anyone can do that. Probably clears like gingivitis and maybe helps with like cavities and stuff. That's pretty awesome. Okay, so the next tool that you can use to help open your throat chakra is food. Thyroid supporting foods. We got nuts, sea vegetables, SEA vegetables, healthy fats, blue foods, blueberries and blackberries, plums, blue sweet corn. Oh yeah, they do have blue sweet corn, don't they? Oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've ever had that. Herbs and spices are elder, sage, and thyme. I actually have thyme. I eat thyme, blueberries, and sometimes some nuts. I kind of want to know what it says about healthy fats. The anti-inflammatory benefits of healthy fats like grass-fed butter, ghee, and coconut, GHEE, and coconut oil are also good for the thyroid. If you drink coffee, try adding a spoonful of healthy fat to your morning cup, or cook with them for a little added nourishment. Throat soothing foods. Other items that can help support the throat chakra are the kinds of things that comfort us when we have a sore throat. Dishes like warm soups and sauces, and adding raw honey and lemon to warm water or a cup of tea. I like putting honey and stuff. Okay, honey and lemon tea. This book is pretty simple. I like it. Okay, fruit salad with coconut yogurt is another food that you can do to help with throat chakra opening. Okay, and per usual, my recommendation is to do yoga, and yes, you should do yoga. So I talked about this before, but in case you didn't hear it in my heart chakra video, I'll do it a little bit shorter. It's like yoga poses can help open certain areas of the body, of the etheric body, to help with the energetic flow of kundalini. I didn't say that part before, but kundalini is very important. Kundalini is like chi. It like basically is, if kundalini is flowing, then there is no pain. Where, sometimes people have back pain, or they have knee pain or something like that, and it's because there is an emotional blockage. So doing poses and helping to move in certain places kind of helps, like, with the flow of energy. And it's not just the blood flow. Blood flow does feel good, but also it's the flow of your emotions. It's the flow of movement. It's the way that it makes you feel when you move. So yoga is very important. Okay, so here's some of the pictures. So cow pose, lion pose, supported shoulder stand, plow pose, and fish pose. I didn't even know there was a fish pose. I'll have to try that later. Okay, so okay. So visualization, meditation, and affirmations, rituals and activities. Okay, so share your truth. Sit in a comfortable position. Add 1 drop of eucalyptus oil to 1 drop carrier oil and rub it into the skin over your throat chakra. Close your eyes and begin to deepen your breath. As you breathe, follow your heart as it comes in through your nose, down your throat, and into your lungs, and then the belly. Do this for several breaths. On the next breath, picture a glowing blue sphere where your throat chakra is. As your breath passes through your throat chakra, imagine it takes on the blue light of the sphere, carrying the light into your chest and your belly. With each inhalation, the blue light expands upward and downward, up until your body is filled. As you exhale, breathe out the energy of past negative patterns, releasing any feelings of guilt. On your last 3 breaths, imagine being filled with the blue light. Sit for a few breaths, then open your eyes. And I just want to say that, like, the subconscious responds, your inner child responds, your innocence responds to colors. So that's why imagining the blue color helps your throat chakra, because your throat chakra is blue. Blue is for speaking. That's why I have this blue, boa. It's looking a little rough, but, it is what it is. Okay, so affirmations. Engage and honor the power of your voice and the power of your quiet to help balance. Okay, hold on, let me start over. Engage and honor the power of your voice and the power of your quiet to help balance your throat chakra. Use one of the following suggestions or let them inspire you to create your own personalized affirmation depending on the energy you need to say. Say it out loud to your reflection in the mirror in the morning and at night, or at the end of a yoga practice. You can also say it silently whenever you want to or need to. So these are the affirmations. I am free to speak my truth. I am heard, understood, and valued. I know my truth. I speak my truth. I embody my truth. I advocate for myself and for others whose voices are not being heard. I speak with compassion, empathy, and love. I listen with patience. I listen without judgment. My intuition is strong and I trust it wholeheartedly. I am confident in my creativity and feel passionate about expressing it. My voice is powerful and I use it wisely. Through clear communication, I strengthen my connections. That's pretty awesome. I like those. I like those a lot. Those are definitely going to help me to heal through some of the things that I've been through with my life. So that's pretty, I like it. I like those a lot. Those are good. Another thing that you can do, rituals and activities, is sing out loud, which I do like to sing. Bathe in sound. Try journaling. Appreciate blue skies. Enjoy the silence. Usually whenever I hear silence, I am hearing some sort of tone, some high-pitched sound. I think it's energies of the angelic realm. 10:10. Okay, so it's actually 9:10, but my computer is an hour ahead and a day ahead, so it's 10:10 and 11:11. Isn't that awesome? Okay, so that is the end of the throat chakra, and the next time I do a video, it'll be the third eye. So I hope you enjoyed the video. I don't think I have anything else. I am going to do light language, a little short, for opening the throat chakra. Oh, wait, I do have one of those, actually. So if you want to go look at that, you can go and look at that. I might do another one, though. We'll see what happens. And then I'm going to do another video for the Pleiadians and the Arcturians, and I might do something extra on that one. But anyways, until next time.